The remainder and factor theorems. Depending on what you're doing, there are two approaches to this. And so I teach you both, and that's a little bit confusing, but it's going to be okay, I promise. Okay, the first thing I want you to do, I think, is substitute -2 in for x. And I'm totally okay if you type that in your calculator. So we'd have -2 raised to the 4th. If you pay attention to your negatives and your minuses, and you type that in your calculator, and you hit enter.
Please.
What's that?
What does it say?
What does what say?
Just keep making.
Somebody's going to have to help me out, though. I'm blind without my glasses on. I have them, but it's hard to see through my face shield. So I choose not to wear my glasses, but at the same time I'm wearing my face shield. Your giggling is in my camera, probably louder than I am. Does anybody have a number for me? I see about 10 people with their calculators going, so we should be getting it. -16. -16? Yeah, you guys were just afraid to say that out loud? All right. So P of -2 is -16. All right, but then here in your homework it'll say, okay, what's the quotient and what's the remainder? What on earth does that mean? We're pretty okay with figuring out what P of -2 is, but this seems weird and odd, right? Not in the right location. So I want to back up and I want to ask you, what is a factor? What is a factor when we're talking about math, a factor in math? Give me a factor of 24.
8.
What's that?
8.
8? Is 8 a factor of 24? How do you know? It goes into it 3 times, evenly, right? It goes into it evenly. So what's the remainder? The leftovers. So if it's a factor, what's your leftovers? Nothing. 0. And that's really important for this remainder and factor theorem combination. So Chance, help me out. What am I going to divide by to come up with a remainder of -16? Have you put this together already?
When you divide by x plus 2.
Is it x plus 2? All right. Plus 2x cubed minus 6x squared plus 8 divided by x plus 2. All right, hurry and do some synthetic division. That's what we're talking about today. We're getting there. We're almost to make the connection. Good job for asking. All right, let's do a little division. We just did synthetic division on our quiz, so that's what I'm going to choose to use. Except for I have to remember what.
For some reason, I didn't get -16.
Oh, try it then with -2. Change your sign. Did you use a 0?
Where?
I don't have a something x term.
Oh, yeah, that's what I did.
Was that what it was? Ooh, I've got to write tiny so I have room. That's still not right though.
No.
Oh yeah, it is. There we go. There we go. I couldn't add 8 and -24 in my brain for a second. Who would have forgotten the 0? Curious. Okay, way to be honest. Good. Good, 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 good. Did you get your question answered, Chloe? You got it answered?
No.
No? What do you need help with? Because you can't be the only
one.
All right. Okay, so you guys taking notes on that. Now, this is not a coincidence. Absolutely not a coincidence. So you asked, where did that even come from? You're okay with where my polynomial came from. That's what was given to us, right? Our dividend here. But our divisor, you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't part of the original problem. But I just told you this is not a negative, or this is not a coincidence. So how is this maybe related to my p of -2 and also what's here?
It's opposite.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the opposite of what we're plugging in for p, what we're substituting in. And it also means that, I don't think we have talked about this. Have I told you the name of this polynomial? You guys know what it is. Like we could say that it's x cubed, right? We know how to fill that in. He is what's known as the depressed polynomial. Not as that he's sad and, unmotivated, but depressed as in smaller. Yeah, so you'll hear me start to use the phrase, the depressed polynomial. So our quotient here is x cubed, no something x squared, minus 6x plus 12, and our remainder is -16.
You wrote 2 on the 12.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Did I say 12 or did I say 2?
You said 12.
Huh. I'm struggling. Depressed polynomial and our remainder. All right. Yes, ma'am.
I was just wondering, so is the p always supposed to equal the remainder? Or always?
Always. Always. That's a connection we're making today. Always. Yes, absolutely. Can't remember what I was going to say now, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and do the next one. I would like you to substitute in 2. When you have it, don't be shy. Just shout it out, and we'll have somebody else shout it out so we can confirm that we've got the right thing. No reason to be shy. What'd you get? You don't want to say it?
Yeah, 24.
24?
I also got
24. All right. Oh, let me backtrack for just a second, and then we'll talk about this. Okay, if this guy has a remainder, is x plus 2 a factor? If there's a remainder, is it a factor? No, right? It's not a factor. This is going to be something we use in the next lesson. We're looking to see if things are factors. All right, so I got 24 right here. Because I told you it's not a coincidence, what do you know the remainder is if I were to divide by what? X minus 2. What would my remainder be? 24. 24, 24. Now, I teach you both methods. I teach you this method and this method because we need this quotient so often. All right, so we're dividing. Let me write it all out. 2x to the 4th minus 2x cubed plus 6x minus 4 divided by x minus 2. I would like you guys to do that and verify that our remainder is 24. Do I need a 0 on this one?
Yes.
Yeah, what term are we missing? The x squared term. I just talked about it and I almost missed my 0. Okay, quotient is what you get after you divide two things. So what's my depressed polynomial here? 2x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4x plus 14 is x minus 2 a factor of our given polynomial? No, because we had a remainder, right? So these are the first two types of problems that are going to be in your homework. And then they twist it just a little bit. And they say, okay, now that you've made this connection, here is your polynomial. Is it a factor? Now, you can choose either method. You can do synthetic division, or you can plug, what would we plug into P? What would we substitute in? We'd substitute 3 in. You can use whichever method you prefer. I tend to do synthetic division because we need that depressed polynomial frequently for our next step. But if all you want to know, is it a factor, substitute it in and see. Try it out. Tell me what you get. 2, 3 raised to the 4th minus 4, 3 raised to the 3rd minus 5, 3 squared minus 9. Grab a calculator, shout the answer out when you've got it. Zero. I'm hearing 1 0. Going once, going twice. Another one? Anyone? Is there one more person with a 0? 0. All right. So is it a factor? Yes or no? Yes, it is. Why? That means no remainder. Could we do the same thing by synthetic division? I want to see. Well, let's see. What would go in the box? 3, 2, -4, -5, 0, -9. All right. 6, 2, 6, 1, 3, 3, 9, 0. It is absolutely a factor because there is no remainder. Who likes synthetic division better? Who likes substituting it in better? It's going to force you to do that a little bit today, so then you're comfortable with it, and we'll see what we end up liking tomorrow. Alex should be open.